All right. Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Big Worm COO Sir Satori here with Metafide. With me, I have CEO and co-founder Frank Speiser. Morning, Frank.
Morning.
And one of our teamed moderators, Keyboard Yeti. Welcome, Yeti.
Hey,
Happy Tuesday. All right. Had a really big space today. Bitcoin riding on an all-time high or pushing an all-time high. And then we had a special guest from South Carolina. Frank, you can speak more of that, as well as you can probably pronounce his last name better than me. So I'm going to have you talk about him in a second. But lots of things today, and also a lot of excitement around Surge, and Yeti, I'll have you speak on that as well. So without further ado, Frank, let's go to you. Let's talk about our space today.
Today's space is great. We talked about, the future of how, crypto is moving into the mainstream. We talked about a bill here in my home state of South Carolina, SC or S163, which kind of sets the definitions and the framework up for the evolution of crypto, being able to hold it, how you think about mining, the legal use cases and the regulatory permissions and frameworks that are be afforded to companies in space, which we're helping to work on here at Metafide. So Dennis Fasuliotis from the South Carolina Emerging Tech Association joined. We're a member. Metafide was one of the early members of that here, and we've been working with them on helping guide this legislation and proposing things that will help companies in the space. And one thing I'm really proud of that we got to today is discussing the use case and how BTC especially can help people guard against inflation and the erosion of the decisions they've sort of earned for themselves. When you talk about why BTC, why is it testing an all-time high? It's because it represents a case for the average person who would work 2,000 hours a year and would save maybe 10% of that. So you'd save 200 of your hours in time. How do you make sure that with the inflationary banking policies that the purchasing power of those 200 hours doesn't get eroded to near zero after 10, 12 years, right? And one great way is taking part in a new system, sort of where you're trading and transacting in BTC, because it's not inflationary. It's in fact sort of, if anything, it's a little deflationary because there's Bitcoin being, frozen out of existence as it goes and never to return to the pool. So in that regard, it's slightly deflationary, but it's a fixed supply. And what it represents to people is a chance to hold an asset that's increasing in value because it's increasing in its utility, and not subject to somebody coming in along and deciding for you how little your purchasing power should be worth because it's convenient for people who want early access to credit in a system. So we did that, and I think it's one of those things where we like to remind the community, look, we're doing this for a more fair, free, and honest way of doing trade and transactions, not just in the United States, but everywhere in the globe, right? So I'm not saying that the other system needs to go, but it's a great platform for giving people a choice. And if you get choice and peaceful cooperation, we're all about it.
That's a great summary, Frank, and it was great to have Dennis on with us today. We also talked about Surge. We have an alpha group test happening tomorrow, and as well as other great things coming up. So, Yeti, you want to talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So we've got our second alpha test coming up. Community is really pumped to give it another go. We got them asking whether they can play it for longer this time, which I've had to tell them, unfortunately not, but soon. Yeah, and I'm hoping that we also get one person in from DogeOS as well, one of their members, to come and try it out as part of that group. I think it'd be really good to get someone from their community in our community already testing it out. But yeah, everyone's super pumped. It's going to be great.
Yeah, we're great. We're glad to have them with us.
Super pumped
here.
They've
been great so far. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you, Frank. Yeah, we're super pumped here. Super great community. I think it's a wonderful community to be a part of. The two communities together, the Metafide giraffes and the DogeOS dogs. So it's a match made in heaven. So until next time, we'll have our next space Thursday, 4:00, and we'll do a wrap up after. Until then, take care, everyone.
All right. Take it easy, everybody.